Hello everyone, Dan Barreiro, USA Land Ventures, bringing you another episode of Golden Nuggets. Today our mission is to bring you to the forefront on how many different platforms and formats and strategies there are to make money within the real estate business. What we're going to be discussing today is how to find depressed properties, and not the conventional ways, but we're going to go over those as well, the primary two conventional ways. The first conventional way to find depressed properties is essentially driving for dollars. So you essentially pick out a specific area that you want to specialize in. You fill up your tank and you go driving. Wherever you see a house with a tarp, you see a house that the paint is chipping, the fence is in disarray, the landscaping is all over the place, needs a lot of work. If there's garbage, abandoned cars, if the windows are broken, if the window draperies are not up to par with the rest of the neighborhood, that's all indications that that is a financially distressed owner. How do you find that owner? There's a few different ways. If there's neighbors outside, it's a nice day, I come out, I look at the front of the property, I make my way to the neighbor, I say hello, I start asking them questions about the property. If it's a really nice neighborhood, they don't want a depressed property next to them looking like that. They give you all the information that you're looking for. Sometimes they even give you the direct number to the person who's in charge of getting rid of that property. Sometimes they tell you, go screw yourself. That's possible. Don't be afraid. Then you get in your car and you leave, right? You get home, you do your skip tracing. You do either you give it to your virtual reality assistant to find out, you give it to the person who's working with you, or you take the time out and start doing all the research to find that person's name, address, phone number, and we could always go into how that's done later on if you like. The second is mailing, another common ways. So the problem with mailing is that what I found is that I only get about a 3% return on mailings. Of that 3%, sometimes 5%, we then we get those calls back on the mailings. We close about 25%, but it's extremely time consuming. It's extremely costly because you're competing against other real estate investors doing the same exact thing. So you're competing for that seller's attention in all aspects. On the phone, getting a face-to-face. You're competing with other offers that are really not good offers in the sense that it makes no reasonable sense for them to be buying it at those numbers, but a lot of people just getting into the business don't understand the business, don't understand what I call the might as wells, or they don't understand that when you start opening up the walls, you don't see what may be behind those walls, that you're going to have to incur additional expenses. Again, I suspect that that's going to slow down a lot with this new recession that's going to be coming as a result of the pandemic. So I suspect that the real estate investors are going to stay in and the wannabes are going to be getting out. So the real guys like myself, we won't have to compete against what we call the wannabes with the stupid offers. Having said that, again, it's extremely time consuming. It's extremely expensive, but we still do it because it's another avenue on how to get properties. The next one is developing relationships. And these are the ones that we actually get most of our properties on. To develop these relationships, you have to have a really good reputation. The first one is estate attorneys. Attorneys that practice estate law, most of the time get paid based on the percentage of the estate. That's not all the time. And it also depends on what region of the country you're in, because every region has different rules and regulations. That attorney is going to get paid the same amount whether he spends 20 hours on the phone with me or if he spends 1 hour on the phone with me. Guess who he wants to get that property? The real estate investor that 1 will close, 2 has his financing in place, 3 that knows how to negotiate the deal, and then 4 that knows he's going to know that I will stay the course. That's who that estate attorney is going to tell his clients to go with. The next one is bankruptcy attorneys. Bankruptcy attorneys, most of the time, have to give the real estate, whatever that real estate is that's being foreclosed on by the bank, to stop that foreclosure or slow it down. They put it into a short sale immediately and file for bankruptcy for their clients. They have to give it to a realtor. They instruct that realtor, call Dan Barreiro first, because Dan Barreiro is going to close this deal. Dan Borrero is going to work the deal with the asset manager. It doesn't matter what the contract says as far as the number is concerned. What matters is that Dan Borrero is going to negotiate the living hell out of that deal to the bone to make the deal happen, whether it takes a month, 2 months, a year, or 2 years. Dan Borrero's closing that deal. That's what he wants. The next one is short sale negotiators. They love us. They love us because they know we're going to close the deal. For the same reason the bankruptcy attorney loves us, for the same reason the estate attorney loves us, because they know we're going to close the deal. They know that once we sign that contract, we're not going to try to get out of it based on an inspection. They know that we've already calculated all the worst numbers in the back end. They know that the offer we're giving is based on the worst possible situation. They know we're going to close that deal. They know that it doesn't matter if the asset manager on the bank side is difficult or not. They know that Dan Barreiro is going to close that deal. Then you have the REO agents. REO agents are an incredible source for foreclosed properties. Why? REO agents have developed a specific relationship, a positive relationship with specific banks. Those banks give those specific realtors all of the properties they have within their scope of interest in that area. They now call us up. I can't tell you how many times I get a call from a realtor and says, I'm going to be at such and such property taking pictures to list this tomorrow. Do you want to look at it while I'm taking the pictures? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? If it's in my area that I concentrate in and you're telling me I could get it at my numbers that make sense, sure, I'll be there. What time do you want to meet me there? I don't care. I'll drop whatever I have to do, or I'll find somebody within the office to be there that I trust their judgment with. We get there. Before that property is already listed, I already know my numbers. I'm calling her up that morning that it's listed at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not calling, I'm emailing. Here's the contract. Just get it signed. This is the number. That's what they want. Everybody wants easy. Everybody wants fast. Everybody wants reliable. And everybody wants trustworthy. And everybody wants what most important is that you keep your word. Lastly, walking the neighborhood. Incredibly important. Why? Walking the neighborhood provides you the access to the local shopkeepers. I don't drink coffee. I can't even stand the smell of coffee. I go in and I buy a cup of coffee every morning from the same shopkeeper. Because eventually they're going to ask me, what are you doing? You're new to the neighborhood? Are you working in the neighborhood? And I tell them I'm walking the neighborhood because I want to buy something. I love this area. And I tell them everything they want to hear why I want to buy. All of a sudden, the shopkeeper tells me who passed away, who's getting a divorce, whether the siblings are fighting or not fighting, and who I should call. That's all you have to do, guys. It's as simple as that. Think outside the box. Reinvent yourself. Don't act or think or do what everyone else is doing. Do it differently. You'll get better access, more access to investment properties, and you'll be able to negotiate directly with the seller. Much more, many more times. If you enjoyed the information we just provided, please subscribe below. Give me a thumbs up. Share this particular video. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Dan Barreiro, USALandVentures.com. Have a wonderful day.